if it helps other people like it helped me when I discovered other people putting themselves out there, then I think it's a good thing. What's going on, lovely people of the Socially Powerful vlog? I'm excited because Majid and I are heading to Regent's, is it college or university?
Regent's University.
To speak to a class of business, advertising, PR, communication students about our company, the space, so the advertising space, and a little bit about our journey, why we're vlogging, and all that jazz. So
basically all things exciting.
How are you feeling? Really, it's the first opportunity for me to actually do kind of what my role was supposed to be before I got ill. And we're going to continue that initiative while I'm in hospital. Majid is going to drive it, and sometimes we may invite some micro-influencers or bigger influencers to share their perspective. So yeah, spin to some B-roll of us getting to the university and then the keynote.
I'm just trying to understand how where you've got nothing to do with the internet. You don't really use the internet yourself. You produce.
What do you mean we don't use the internet? That's our service.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Tas.
Where are you based?
In Farringdon, where you just picked us up.
Guys, have a
Thank you so much.
Speech, and
thank you very much.
I'm sure you get some.
Really thrilled to have our visitors today from Socially Powerful Media. I know we have Majid Bahi here, who is the CEO of Socially Powerful, and Tas Labazinski, who is head of strategy, but also they're both the founders of this company. So I'm really just going to say welcome and pass over because they're going to tell you about the company, how they set it up, what they do. Those of you who don't have any background, just listen.
So first, we are not a social media agency. We are not an influencer marketing agency. We are not a creative agency. We are a hybrid of those type of agencies. Before you can tell anyone or anybody how great your product is or how great your services are, you need to get their attention. And as a company, what we do is very simple. First, we identify what a specific customer segment pay attention to, where they spend their time on. Then once we understand that, we creatively communicate to evoke the desired outcome. Okay. Many traditional agencies are struggling at the moment. They are losing market share. Their clients are not doing very well because it's taking time for them to adapt and to adapt to the new social media landscape and so on. So we're a startup. We started 2 years ago, and we are seen as a disruptor for those agencies, and we are eating market share from them.
Hello, I'm Tas, and we're kind of trying a new format with these keynotes because this was the beginning of the year, and unfortunately I thought it would be kind of a year of recovery and a year of taking the business to the next level. And then a couple of weeks into January, they called me and they told me I've had a full relapse. So after all of that, I kind of need to start again. But I don't want to kind of make this talk about that. In a weird way, it's been kind of incredibly rewarding and liberating for me to kind of put myself out there. And it's so ingrained in the story of the company that we are kind of sharing everything, the business. And as of the mouthpiece of the business, who was supposed to kind of go to keynotes like this, go to events, share industry POV. I haven't been able to do that for the last months, and I now have until the 26th of March to do as much as possible. And we'll then do kind of back-to-back transplants of brand new kind of clinical trial study. I'm not going to go into details, but 200 people have done it. And most of them, I think one person died. The rest, the very interesting you work with Brooklyn Beckham. A lot of people know who Brooklyn Beckham is, you'll raise awareness, but how much influence does he actually have? Versus if you've got an army of people with between 20 and 70 micro-influencers with true engagement and people kind of actually asking relevant questions, and there's a deeper connection at scale, that's super powerful. And a lot of clients forget that. Because to start any kind of business from scratch, you need to be kind of incredibly determined and passionate. And I know it's cliche and people say that, but to really add value, it should be something that you genuinely think about all the time. If it's building an agency, like, can you do all of it? Can you do the client development, the client side, the creative? Do you maybe need a team? Think things through, and then the beautiful thing is, like Majid was alluding to, the phone is the remote control of our lives. Anyone can reach anyone.
So the company is based in London?
Yeah, in Farringdon.
So is there a specific reason why you guys are working in London? Because of the competition, or is it just because?
I think London, Farringdon specifically, creative hub. Lots of creative people, talent. You know, people finishing universities with a skill set. If you want an internship, give us a holler. Yeah, we were out in Chiswick before because offices are cheaper the further you're away, but like as you grow and you can, you know, become bigger and attract better talent, like, you know, you've got to go into the hubs. And of course, if the business, you know, we offer different things, not just influencer marketing. And if some of the people may, like, we could outsource them and they do something specific, IT engineers, SEO, data analysts, and the people that do a kind of insight reports. But in terms of meeting clients, meeting rooms and all that stuff, London, Farringdon, kind of place to be at the moment. Let's see post-Brexit.
When you contact these influencers, do you tell them what to say, or do you give them, or do you just like give them guidelines and kind of let them take on their own personality? I'm sorry?
For the campaigns?
Yes.
So I think less is more. They have an audience for a reason because they know how to engage them. So it's a little bit pompous to kind of come along and go, all right, we've made a phone and we want you to say the following things about this phone, and we're going to shoot a really glossy video, and then we're going to just put it on your channel, and we're going to force your audience to see it. Like, that's bad practice. People are going to be like, why are you doing that? And just because you get paid, what's my value? Unfollow. Clients, though, do push us to do a lot of that. So we're in the middle, and we try to communicate and say, if you really want to achieve, you know, give the influencers more creativity, respect that they're the creative directors. A lot of creative directors and like, you know, people have won awards, and I'm not kind of saying all the media is going to totally lose attention, it's totally irrelevant, but it's very kind of different. The creative directors, like, do they actually have an audience themselves? And the game has changed, the media planning has changed, so the conversation between the client and the influencer and who does the creative has to change as well.
Yes.
In a weird way, like, none of us are driven by money. And in our career choices, one of my first kind of jobs was cold calling, and I worked in the city for a search firm, and then kind of my salary was starting to kind of get decent, and I went all the way back down to kind of 19K working for a trans creation operational marketing agency because I wanted to get into the space so much to learn. And if that meant like not being able to kind of go out and spend that much money on other stuff, I was happy to do it. And it taught me a skill set that I could then, you know, use later. So we're patient, and we want to actually, we say to our clients, if we don't know, we'll literally say, we don't know. But we'll be the hardest working people to figure it out for you. Being, you know, being authentic and accepting scrutiny, And we're actually working on a cred deck right now. We're kind of saying any marketing spend people give us, we'll put it to better use than anyone else. A massively ambitious thing to say, but what we're saying is we'll either do great work or we'll figure out why it wasn't great.
For someone to start up a blog or YouTube or anything, what do you think, so you've said like be true to yourself, be passionate, but like how do you get to the point of starting up and starting to get people like you contacting the person?
I think first, your ambition shouldn't even be, I hope someone contacts me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then how do you start is kind of like, how do you do anything? If you really want to do it, you go on Google and you figure it out, because people will talk about how do you start a vlog. Information is a commodity. It's out there, and you read and you research and you grind. How do you start a YouTube channel? How do you tag a YouTube video? What hashtags do you use? What times of the day do you post? When you're building a website, how does SEO work? The more time you spend perfecting your craft, the more time is going to go into building it, the better you're going to become with anything. So there isn't like a, I think it's good to have an ambition and a plan and a kind of long-term vision, but if you really want something, you'll figure out a way, and the information is there. So it's part of our journey now, and I've gotten so much out of it that like I'm not kind of trying to push an agenda or like a kind of preach, or if it helps other people like it helped me when I discovered other people putting themselves out there, then I think it's a good thing. And I appreciate you saying that. I mean it.
And thank
Reach
you
out,
for the time and for the advice and for
Absolutely, it was a
the
break for us
generosity
to
in
just
there.
come and
Really, really
it was
wonderful.
I definitely enjoy it. So Instagram, head of brand,
Different
socially
trust.
powerful. Reach out anytime. I actually am mental enough to respond to every single person. So anything you want, absolutely.
So they really saw the passion for you, the real issues you're dealing with, how you think about your business, how you break it down, because they asked you a lot of questions and you were so generous and so honest with them. And I think that was the revelation. They'll talk to me this week.
Brilliant.
And I'll
It'd be amazing to
send
have
you
some
some,
feedback. Yeah, thank you.
And thanks so
a
much
lot.
again. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very
Really
much.
nice to meet
You
you.
too.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
We'll see you soon.
Oh, well, be well.
See you later.
Take care of yourself.
Greetings, how are you doing? I am knackered. I had a busy day. 8 o'clock dentist appointment all the way through, keynote at Regent's, back in the office having a little bit of dinner with Majid, and then there's some stuff I still need to do. 9 o'clock chemo tomorrow morning, and then back in the office to do more work. So yeah, had a good day. Check out this.
Is this good in the vlog?
Yeah, why not? I'm going to document it. Yeah, almost. Organic cannabinoid extract for medicinal purposes. This is a lot of potent stuff. Instead of taking painkillers, chemistry, I'm going to see if taking a rice corn of the CBD can help make me feel better. So I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but I think there are a lot of healing properties in CBD, and instead of taking kind of chemical painkillers, taking a little rice corn of this, highly good quality oil. That was very expensive from a very good source. They say it works wonders, and so I'm going to start kind of taking just a little bit of it to see if it helps me feel better. And I think it deserved a mention.
Absolutely.
So sometimes with these kind of things that are not medically approved, like, you worry where you get it from, but I got it from a very good, trustable source. So, yeah, you gotta take responsibility. It's your life. And I think, putting my body under this much pressure with this much kind of chemistry going into it just to kind of resolve pain, doing something that a lot of people say has, natural healing remedies is something worth trying. So I'm going to let you know how it goes, how it makes me feel. I will spin to you, tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning now, yeah.
tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. See you for some chemo. Good morning, Guy's Hospital, and I'm here to have my chemo, and then heading to the office, because there's so much to do, and like it feels amazing to be kind of back in the game, but it's literally like non-stop, morning till night, 2 pitches on the go. I've got a couple calls today. I feel really like good on energy and pumped, and you know, we did say until the 26th, get everything in place as much as possible. So, you know, got to do my chemo, but we'll be out of here probably within the next 45 minutes if they can redress me, get my Hickman line redressed, cleaned up, my blood tests, my chemo in the system, and then we'll head to the office. So spin to the office, exciting busy day.
Is your head spinning too?
But if we go on with that and we say all of these are possible to do at different like levels of intensity, but we really get what you're trying to do, and then it depends on the size of the influencers, the size of the activation, the size of the boom you want to create. Let's test and see, and like if there's a real ROI, let's scale it. Let's like do more of those pop-up activations, you know, and like influencers there, you know. So I think there's something there. Let's smash it. So I'll write out the other ones and try to keep them like crisp and maybe not give so much direction on what is being said, but more about what we're trying to convey.
Yeah.
But if we've got slightly different runs, they will see that we've thought it through.
Yeah, we've covered it different angles.
It's like we'll say, like what we're trying to convey is this, and then what the activation exactly is going to look like is when we go into doing the work. You know, so they don't go, yeah, you wouldn't want John saying that.
Stood on my shoe there.
How are you doing, Gazer? It's been a while since you've been in the vlog. How are you doing?
Yeah, miss being in the vlogs.
What's the crack?
What's the crack? Lots, man. Just here, waiting for things to happen, really. Just waiting for briefs to just land on my table.
Alright.
See you later. So like, comment, subscribe. That's a click, so it's a mouse button. Click,
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah.
So like, comment, subscribe.
Nice.
What's happening?
So, we're just about to ring someone called Lauren, who's writing an article about the rise of outspoken influencers.
Nice.
So it'll be interesting.
Go on then, give her a ring.
Yeah, she just wants some more information. She's very new to the influencer marketing world and so wants some help.
Where's her number gone?
Oh, so who are you? You've never been in the vlog before.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm the new girl. Oh, hi, is that Lauren?
It is, yes.
Hello, it's Scarlett calling from Socially Powerful. I've just stepped in for Taz because he's had to run into a meeting. Influence is it's in the eye of the beholder, because if it's relevant to you and it resonates with you as a person, then the influence is going to be more influential, if that makes sense. But then on the other side, it can be to do with reach and engagement, and dependent on what the client or a campaign wants to achieve by working with influencers, that has a lot to do with it. I think an influencer in itself is powerful, and if they've built up that audience, then it means that they've had a voice and that people believe in them on one hand. But I think if someone's outspoken, it can completely depend on if it's controversial, are their audience agreeing with it, and if they're not, then that could result in them losing followers. But for the people that do agree with what they're saying, controversial or not, then that can make the following stronger, if that makes sense.
No problem. It was lovely to speak to you. I hope we helped clear some stuff up for you.
Yeah.
Very helpful. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Have a nice weekend.
You too. Bye.
You just said you give me content. Give me some content.
What do you want me to talk to about?
What's happening right now?
Just still here. It's 2 a.m. Finishing off this deck. Why are you still here?
Because I just love content, so
You're just here for the ride.
I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everything you guys do.
Oh, that's really cute of you to say that.
Adorable.
Very nice.
I'm gonna catch up with Taz.
Is Taz still here?
He is. What's happening, boss man?
Working on a exciting pitch that we want to smash, and so we're giving it our everything, and I'm excited. I love it. I haven't done this in a while because I've been trying not to die, but at the moment, that part I'm just putting on hold. And I'm actually really enjoying it. It's just, to do something well, you need to clinically think it through.
I think this is a really good place to end the vlog. With you guys doing work and
like
just getting stuck in at the end of
office
the
is
week.
buzzing, and like I think the thing like with creativity is that it's a process, and in order to do something well, you don't want to kind of half-ass it. So it takes time, and you got to be passionate, and you got to go into the details and then clinically think things through. So you're not just like producing something for no reason. That's what we're trying to do. So yeah, there's a bit of work left to do, but I think we've come up with something really strong. I'm going to be proud of getting involved and sharing it. So spin somewhere different, wherever our journey takes us.
I'm sorry, this is the end of the vlog.
The end of the vlog. So it's the end of the vlog. Welcome. You've arrived at the end.
Congratulations.